June 28th is Paul Bunyan Day. So let's get into some silly arguments over the big ol' lumberjack. First off, which state gets to claim him the most? He has stories and feats that traverse most of the nation. He apparently made the Grand Canyon by dragging an axe behind him. He and his ox, Babe, made Minnesota's 10,000 lakes with their footprints. The first recorded mention of Bunyan was from a paper in Duluth, but that paper set his story in North Dakota. And sometimes he pops up in Canada. I mean, is he even American? And don't give me any of this. Well, really, maybe he's like all of America's because all of the stories are sprawling over our country. Let's come together as a nation. No, this is the internet. I want divisiveness. Fight over Paul Bunyan. Fighting over Paul Bunyan may seem really silly because it is. But in the mid-20th century, the folklore community was doing just that. See, while some scholars had done the work of trying to document old folk tales with Paul Bunyan told amongst oldie-time loggers, it was an advertising campaign for the logging industry that really popularized most of his tales. So in the 1950s, this folklorist named Richard Dorson was like, "Paul Bunyan ain't folklore, it's fake lore, I tell ya," claiming there was limited evidence that he had any past in the folk tradition, besides this advertising campaign. But then other folklorists were like, "How dare you desecrate the good name of Paul Bunyan, our nation's greatest folk hero?" Eventually his folk origins were documented, though it is undeniable that capitalism smushed his stories altogether. God, it just occurred to me, is there anyone out there who doesn't know who Paul Bunyan is? Okay, he was like a 300-pound, 8-foot-tall lumberjack. He had an ox named Babe. Now, most of the time Babe is a blue ox, but sometimes Babe is a pink ox, which makes him connected to Disney's Sleeping Beauty in an unexpected way. Legend has it that Babe the blue/pink ox originated the first gender reveal party. Oh my god, that's not true! Why do people even listen to me? Anyway, creating these big national landmarks are what takes up most of Paul Bunyan's stories. But from the sounds of it, I don't know. I don't think he should be boasting about that. It kind of seems like most of those were unintentional and very dangerous. How many people died when Paul Bunyan and his ox stomped all over Minnesota? Anyway, when it comes to American tall tales, I'm always going to be more of a Pecos Bill girly than a Paul Bunyan stan. I'm going to close this video out with a note from my brainstorming session that I dictated into my phone that just says, fanfic where Brawny Guy and Paul Bunyan fuck. I already looked it up, it doesn't exist. But Brawny Man and Mr. Clean/fic does? So, happy Pride!